Hi, I'm Mike Symes of Financial Marketing TV, and today I'm joined by a very special guest, Mr. Oliver Chadwick, who is CEO of Vision Critical. We're delighted to have Oliver on board with us today, not least because we've gone through a significant period of recession, obviously, in the UK. We're particularly interested in what role Vision Critical has had to play within that.
Well, thank you. It's interesting you pick up on the fact that this has been a very strange 2 years.
Yes.
I think you're looking back and seeing how each recession has come and gone. Vision Critical's time could not be more right. We are in the cusp of recovery, but with it, everybody's information available to their bank, to their lenders, is going to be based on the last 2 years of their performance, which, not unsurprisingly, won't be their finest couple of years of trading. So there's a gap going to emerge very rapidly about where they are in their trading position now versus what publishable information they will make available to the world outside. And I think Vision Critical has a very important role to play in helping those same companies maintain their relationships with their lenders and build upon them.
So we're talking about information rather than just data.
Correct. I mean, we as a business are the raw material supplier. Our job is to pour data into analyst engines and allow them to do their job. But as such, we have to show the world that the data is there. So my task, in a sense, has been to get out there, talk to lenders, talk to banks about how they could take advantage of this new form of data interaction, which until now they haven't had available to them.
And what do you see as being the advantages to them?
Well, principally, it's the currency. If you will, most businesses have run their own companies, and not unsurprising their relationships with their banks, on a rear-view mirror way of looking at things. They're in the past rather than being able to illustrate the future. Banks are fairly sceptical of the future because ordinarily a company will come see them and forecast generally optimistically for the year ahead. And in the current environment, it's been very difficult for those businesses to meet those forecasts. So I see Vision Critical as essentially providing a predictable 90-day window of not only what's happened to date, but what is going to happen to that business in the here and now into that near future.
Yes. So you mentioned the word forecast, which is an interesting word because you've also produced something called Cashcaster.
That's right, it's a concept, but basically what it is allowing is us to disclose to the world the advantages of being able to predict the amount of money a business will consume and the amount of money it needs to generate for itself over a 90-day window. And it's based on the last 2 years of trading and a bunch of clever analytics that can be applied to that. But essentially, the company either has enough money or it doesn't. If it has enough money, it will continue to trade profitably. If it doesn't, it needs to do something about it. Until now, really, the first signs for a bank were the overdraft has been reached or a cheque presented for payroll that's more than that facility allows. Not a great situation for either of the two companies, the bank or the business.
Excellent. And one of the things that obviously you will have seen a whole host of changes since you started the business, since you founded the business. What have been the fundamental changes that you've seen, not only in the banking environment, but also in how your product, Osmo, has handled the changes that are going on?
I think the changes essentially have come from the desire to cut costs at one end. When the good times were there, the businesses were looking for sales growth and with it overhead growth. And the constraints, physical constraints, the size of their buildings to accommodate more people, in fact, bizarrely in one instance, which determined how much more business they could sell. However, with the change towards a risk environment, the use of our tools have been much more to look at the performance of the business rather than simply to gather data quickly and efficiently. And looking at the performance of the business in a way which is to say, are they misrepresenting their trading activity, misdirecting the lender, making errors in the way they run their reports in such a way as to leave the security of that business at doubt to the lender, and with it all sorts of problems. So initially, yes, we were about efficiency savings. Now it's been a play about risk. And I suspect in the future it's going to be a play about accuracy of data to forecast and predict the performance of businesses.
Absolutely. And of course the remit of Vision Critical has extended now beyond the asset-based lending sphere.
Absolutely, Mike. Yeah, we're looking at a number of areas. A lot of them basically go back to invoices or the tedious process that someone who's buying services has to rekey critical data into a computer portal, website, call it what you will, in order to take full advantage of those same services. If you can remove the double key entry, you can improve the service, and the accuracy of the data helps the pricing be sharper. In areas like foreign exchange, electronic payment processes, management of payables processes, supply chain finance, just a number of examples where if you can get the data into the systems quickly, accurately, and without effort, frictional costs evaporate, and you get a stickability of service.